Hey guys, this is No Solution. I'm Scott, and this is a video that is a thread response, sort of, to Steve S&T Young. He did a video of 10 albums I'd never talk about. And then I was kind of making a list of what I thought my list would be of the 10 albums. And then George G from George G's Room of Rock put his own video out, and he did a twist on it where he was saying albums basically that were underappreciated. And I realized looking at my list, that was kind of what I was doing too, half and half. So this is sort of in between the two concepts. So thanks to both the guys for the inspiration for this. And also, I wanted to announce that next Saturday, which is June 8th at 2 p.m. Eastern, Steve and I are going to be doing a live stream. It's Steve's first live stream, so I'm happy to be the first one to have him on as a guest, and we're going to be talking about 10 albums that were kind of crucial in our metal fandom journey. Journey sounds so douchey, but I guess journey, important albums that kind of led us down the path to the things that we like. So that'll be a lot of fun. Before I get into the thread, I wanted to show this and thank Dave, Cavernous Carnage 213. He had emailed me and asked if I wanted this, the vinyl copy of Nokturnal Mortum's The Christ, or whatever that is there. The Christ is the English version, apparently. And I said, yeah, I would love it. And it's just an album he's had forever and never listens to. So, and he knew I was a big fan based on the stream I did with Trevor and me talking about them all the time. So I have the box set, the CD box set, the original release, the re-release. So now we have it on vinyl. 4 copies. Let's go. But I'm very happy to have it. Thank you so much, Dave. This is awesome. Nice gatefold in here with all the lyrics and shots of the guys there. And side 4 has some extra live bonus tracks. I think they're the ones, I'm pretty sure they're the ones that are on the 11 Years Among the Sheep compilation. But cool to have them on vinyl because that compilation is CD only. So thank you so much, Dave. I really appreciate it. This is an awesome gift. All right, let's get into... There I am sleeping on camera. I say it every time, don't sleep on camera, and then I do it. Let's get into the 10. So, like I said, it's kind of a mix of albums or bands that are ignored and maybe more well-known bands that they have albums that are good that don't get any attention. So that's kind of where I'm starting. So I've got 4 albums to show for entry number 1. I'm not going to talk about them each in depth, but the Danzig 6, 7, 8, also called Circle of Snakes, and then the 9th one, Death Red Sabbath. These are all really good, and they suffer from... They came after the Classic 4, obviously, and that classic lineup. Then Danzig 5 was that weird industrial abortion that nobody likes. I guess some people like it, but I don't like it. And then this came out kind of to no fanfare. There's some boobs for you. Not very sexy, but I can't. This is the limited edition cover, and I kind of like the regular edition better. It's like a Simon Bisley kind of comic book deal. Oh, got some more tits inside. Why not show those? So this was kind of a bridge back to the more guitar-driven metal. There's definitely a lot of industrial elements in it, but it's at its heart, it's a rock and metal album. Really good. And then that just continued on all these other ones. In my opinion, you don't need anything after this. He did like a covers album. He did an Elvis covers album, which I don't know, man. The voice isn't there for that. And then Black Laden Crown was a full length that I didn't really enjoy very much. But I think Danzig 6, 7, 8, and 9 are all well worth your time if you can pick them up. So that's number 1. Let's keep it moving. Next up is Dan Swano with Moon Tower. So everyone pretty much knows Dan Swano, obviously most famous for Edge of Sanity. So this was in that weird period of time where he quit / was fired from Edge of Sanity, and they did an album without him. And then he did this. This is the only album he did under his own name, and it's very much in the style of the songs he was writing for Edge of Sanity, like that progressive death metal with some clean vocals and stuff. And I even forget about this one a lot. I guess just because, you know, he has other projects that were more prolific, and just this one is just kind of the outlier that kind of gets forgotten about, but it's well worth your time. Came out in '98. And then after this, he went and did an Edge of Sanity album by himself, using the line like, well, if they can do one without me, I can do one without them. So yeah, this is just kind of a weird one in his discography, and I think it's really sad that it gets overlooked. Right. This is overlooked, I think, because it is a supergroup, and supergroups are usually lame. By the way, some of these I've talked about before. I may have brought this up. I think I have, but I don't remember because I'm old and I don't remember things. This is OSI with Office of Strategic Influence. So it is Jim Mateos of Fate's Warning and Mike Portnoy of Dream Theater. They were the two kind of original guys in it. I think Daniel Gildenlow was originally supposed to be in it from Pain of Salvation, and then he couldn't do it. So the original concept of this was very epic prog metal. And then Jim invited Kevin Moore, formerly of Dream Theater, on keyboards to contribute and do the vocals. And it changed dramatically. There's a bonus disc on here with a song called The Thing That Never Was. It's 17 minutes and 21 seconds. And that's kind of like the demos of how this project originally started. Kevin Moore came in and chopped them all up and made like song-length songs out of it. And it's just really unique, and he brings his own style to it. I really like his vocals and his kind of use of the keyboards and other kind of electronic elements. And yeah, I just think this is a fantastic. Apparently Mike Portnoy was kind of butthurt about it. This was not what he wanted to do, but he just kind of hung in there. He and Kevin Moore, I guess, back from the Dream Theater days, still didn't really get along, but this is a fantastic album. They've put out some since, and it was kind of diminishing returns, like the second one is the second best, third is third best, etc. But this one, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. I love this one. All right, this is another of a prolific artist with a one-off project that kind of doesn't get mentioned ever. This is the Silver Ginger 5 with Black Leather Mojo. So Ginger of the Wild Hearts, the main man, the songwriter, the singer, the lead guitarist, etc. So this was during one of the 15 Wild Hearts breakups, and he formed this band called the Silver Ginger 5 that was a little bit more focused on like 70s glam, like T-Rex, stuff like that. And it has, I can't remember the guy's name now. What the crap? I just looked. Connie Bloom of the Electric Boys apparently was a big inspiration in this project. Electric Boys are a Swedish band. And yeah, this is a great album. As much as it tries to be different than the Wild Hearts, it's still Ginger. Even the solo stuff, you can still hear the Wild Hearts in there because he writes all the songs. So if you're a Ginger fan or a Wild Hearts fan and you haven't come across this one, I definitely recommend it. I don't know how available it is now. This version has a bonus disc with live and acoustic stuff on it. So Silver Ginger 5, probably, I mean, this is 20 years ago or more, so it's a one and done, but those tend to get lost in the shuffle a lot of times. Here's a strange one. Steve Vai, Sex and Religion. I am not a Shredder guy. I'm not really a Steve Vai fan. I mean, I respect his talent, but usually his music, it doesn't do that much for me. I got this solely because this was the major label recording debut of Devin Townsend. Devin Townsend is the vocalist on here, and apparently was signed to Relativity under dubious circumstances. Like, they pretended like they wanted to sign his band at the time, but they really just wanted him to be in this Steve Vai project. The idea was Steve Vai was going to do an album with all these young unknown talents, and that's what came out of this. But Devin's vocals are freaking awesome on here. I mean, maybe some of the best he's ever done. He was only 19, I think, when they did this. And the songwriting is really cool. Yeah, even if you're not a Steve Vai fan, if you're a Devin Townsend fan and didn't know about this or haven't happened to run across it, I definitely recommend it. This is pretty available for cheap, so should be easy to get. Let's see. All right. Oh, let's keep it moving. Okay, I did a whole video dedicated to this album. It's Keith Caputo with Heart's Blood on Your Dawn. In case anyone's upset, it was Keith at the time. Keith is now Mina, so I don't want to get into that or hurt anyone's feelings, but I'm just saying what it was at the time. So, singer of Life of Agony. Life of Agony was not together at the time, and this is the third, fourth, depending on how you count, solo project he did. It's just magic all the way through. Super emotional rock songs. It rocks out. It pulls at your heartstrings. It's just it's a perfect album. I can listen to it over and over again, and this is one of those that I always have available on a digital format in the car, at work, whatever, because I never know when I'll want to listen to it. So Keith Caputo, Heart's Blood on Your Dawn. Here's another one I did a video for. I'm just repeating these and not saying that much about them. If you're interested, you can go back and watch those. Hopefully I'll tag them down below if I remember. But let's just say they weren't popular videos, so I'm not that worried about talking about them again. Sling Blade, and this is a real weird one, so I got to read it. The Unpredicted Deeds of Molly Black. So Sling Blade is Swedish, he said. Not quite sure. Yeah, Swedish. Female-fronted traditional metal band. And it's a concept album about this preacher's daughter who gets possessed, maybe, or just goes crazy and starts killing her classmates because she's bullied. And that's kind of neat. Kind of gives it that King Diamond feel. But it's just a kick-ass traditional metal album. Very anthemic choruses, and the singer, whose name I do not remember, and I'm not going to look again. She's just a great, powerful vocalist. She's not doing like the breathy vocals that can, trying to be sexy, that kind of get annoying sometimes. She's not like showing off vocally. She's just singing the songs, and the songs are amazing. I did see recently that they have started working on something again, because this was like 2012 or something. I thought for sure they were done, so I'm looking forward to a new one from these guys if it ever happens. All right. I have mentioned in other videos that I do love AOR, and I don't know if I ever brought this band up other than on a stream with Eli. Perfect Plan. This is their latest full-length, Brace for Impact. These are like a bunch of middle-aged Swedish guys that I assume have been in other bands, but since I really only research on Metal Archives, they're not on there. I can't find it. I was Googling to see where they came from, and I don't know. But obviously skilled musicians, and it feels like this album was pulled out of 1985. Just incredible. Like, I would say, like, later era, like Jimmy Jameson, Survivor. Every song is just catchy and sing-along, and the vocalist of this band, Kent Hilly, is really, really the star. Like, it really feels like he was pulled out of time. And, yeah, if you're into AOR, Perfect Plan, I definitely recommend it. It's, to the shock of no one, it is on Frontiers Records, where all these bands are now. So, check it out. I'll save the comedy for the end. So, this is number 9. This is Satanic Blood Spraying with At the Mercy of Satan. So this band was originally billed as Bolivian. Just the way it was said, screamed, this is a fake band. But I didn't care. There's the inner. It's just black vinyl, so I won't pull that out. This is the only thing they've ever done. It's like 24 minutes long. You can't read it because I've worn it so much that it's been kind of washed off, but I have the shirt. This is Impaled Nazarene Worship, and it's no surprise because eventually it came out that it's Impaled Nazarene guys that did this. But I love it more than anything Impaled Nazarene ever did. So, one of those clone bands that I like better than the original. Not common, but it happens. So yeah, if you like that like super punky, aggressive, just assault, but also super catchy, and it's 24 minutes long. It doesn't really feel short. Some of the songs almost have an epic feel, which sounds weird, with 8 songs in 24 minutes. But just one of those albums you can put on and just put on repeat and listen to 8 times in a row. Love it. So check that out if you haven't. Now this is the comedy one that I'm sure I'll get rightly mocked for, but I have every 6 Feet Under album. Most of them are not good. Most of them I know I could have put my money to better use, but these are fucking stone cold classics in my opinion. The Graveyard Classics series. These are the series of cover albums that 6 Feet Under has done. And when I say classic, I don't say like, oh my gosh, what an amazing interpretation of this song. It's that I listen to them and I just laugh, and it's just pure pleasure. It's more kind of laughing at it than being into it. But whatever. They're comedy albums to me, and I love it. I'm sure everyone's familiar with these, but like on the first album, I mean, Stepping Stone, the Monkey song done as a death metal song, that's just fucking amazing. Come on. The second one, I remember it being like they didn't release a track listing till it came out. It is the entire Back in Black album. And it is as ridiculous as it sounds. Third one, now just kind of back to this one is a little more. I mean, I like it. You know what I mean. I enjoy it. It's a bit more of what you would expect, like Merciful Fate, A Dangerous Meeting, Metal on Metal by Anvil, Frayed Ends of Sanity by Metallica, At Dawn They Sleep by Slayer, etc., etc. This one, they chose that for the cover, which, all right. Graveyard Classics 4, The Number of the Priest. It's all Judas Priest and Iron Maiden songs, done by a rapidly deteriorating Chris Barnes. I mean, every album you think, wow, he sounds horrible, and then the next one he sounds worse. And yes, I did buy the new one, and it's fucking terrible. But if they put out Graveyard Classics 5, I will buy it without a second thought, and I'm sure I will love it. So those are my 10, guys. Went a little long. Sorry about that. That's it. So thank you for watching, and as always, CM Punk is a piss baby. Later.